So today we are gonna solve this 26 question, and our target is to solve them in next 1 hour. Let me start with question number 1. Write a query in SQL to display the first name, last name, department number, and department name for each employee. Step number 1, figuring out from which table we want to select. So we want to select from employee table. What do we want to select? First name, last name, department number, and department name.
Right.
So department number is stored in department ID.
Yeah, I assume that.
These are very basic things. You cannot say that a question is wrong because of this. Okay.
No, I don't want to say wrong, but I'm confused, little bit confused, but very much I am sure it is ID.
Okay. Department ID and department name. Now department name is not there in employees table. So in which table department name is? Departments, right?
Yes.
There you go. Now this department ID is ambiguously defined. So we want to select this department ID from employees. And we want to join both of these tables on which table, which column? Department ID.
Department ID equal to department ID.
Correct. Let's format it. There we go. Solved. Last underscore name, first underscore name. There we go. Solved. Next question. Display first name, last name, department, city, and state province for each employee.
Here will be three tables.
Correct. We need first name, last name, department name, city and state. Where do we have city and state?
Location.
Correct.
Location.
Correct. So we need to join with locations as well. So dp.location ID equals, I'm calling it LOC or just L.location ID. There we go. Now what else do we need? City and state province, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Done?
Yes.
2 questions done within 3 minutes. Write a query in SQL to display first name, last name, department number, department name for all employees for department IDs 80 or 40. Take this first query, paste it over here. We need first name, last name, department number, which is stored in department ID, and department name for all employees, whether department ID is 80 or 40. There we go. Next.
Can you explain me 80 or 40, please? 80 or 40.
We need to fetch out all the employees for departments 80 or 40. Now this 80 or 40 is department ID. Department ID is the column which exists in employee table as well as in department table. since we are already joining department and employee on department ID, we can say that where department or department ID in 80 and 40.
Can we use here or? Is it possible?
Correct. We
Instead
can,
of or
we
and?
can do that as well. Instead of this, we can also write this query like this. That's the good thing about SQL. There is no one correct way. When all the inputs corresponding to a join are true, then only the result will be true. That is the AND condition. So these two must satisfy. And what is the OR condition? When any of the result is true, the result is going to be true. There we go. Okay, 35 records. Let's check here. Same 35 records. Good. Next.
Yes.
Write a query in SQL to display those employees who contain a letter W to their first name and also display their last name, department, city, and state province. Let's copy this query. Now we need to check for those employees who contain a letter W in their first name. Okay. Now there may be a scenario that the name itself is starting with W.
Only one name, right? Only one name.
Yeah, but there might be a scenario that the name itself is.
If we put one percentage like
What? Yes, Mehtab.
Yeah, you put both side modular.
So it can start with W. W can be in between, or W might come in end. So the only requirement is W should be within the name. So all of these cases satisfy that, right?
Yes.
And we also need to check whether it is starting with capital W. So that's why I've used this upper. It will convert this first name into uppercase, and then it will compare it with this.
I want to make sure if we want first name and first alphabet is W.
So only this. Using this, we'll make sure that the first alphabet is W. If you want to check if W should be the last alphabet, then do it like this. This is a wildcard which can be replaced by anything, any other string. And this is a fixed character.
So if you put both sides, what will happen? Okay.
So we have to put it both sides because we want to check for all the first names which are having W character. So Winston also has W, Matthew also has W. Next. Write a query in SQL to display all departments, those are not having any employee. Take this one. Now we want to check for all the departments which are not having any employee. We need to do a anti-join in between employee and department.
This is called anti-join, right?
This is called anti-join. I have already explained this scenario. If you want, you can watch the video one more time, okay? And you will get it. See, whenever whenever we want, there were 16 cases, 16 such cases where department ID was there, but employee table was not having any entry for the department ID, right?
Yes.
Right.
So these are those 16 department IDs. Let me put it like this. Write a query in SQL to display the first and last name and salary for those employees who earn less than the employees whose number is 182. In this case, we have to join the employee table with employee table itself. Okay. We'll call it A. We'll call it B, where A.employee ID equal to B.employee ID.
You can put any ID, any number, any letter here, right? A and B instead.
What? Yeah, we can put
Can you
any
put any-
alias. This is just a nickname.
Okay.
A nickname that we are providing to the table. We can put anything.
Okay.
But it should be alphanumeric. It should be following the rules of declaring a variable in SQL. Okay.
Okay.
First name and last name. We need first name and we need last name. Let's take it from table A. And we also need to display the salary. Also from table A. Where B.employee ID is 182 and A.salary is less than B.salary, because we need the list of employees who are earning less than that employee from table B, right? Who is making this noise? Please mute yourself. There we go. EMPLOYEE. These are the name of employees. Okay. Now let's look at the employee who is number 182 and verify our result. Look at the salary. How much is the salary that this particular employee is making? 2,500. Now let's look at the salaries in this result. All of them should be greater than 2,500. Sorry, making less than. All of them should be lesser than 2,500. Are all of them lesser than 2,500? I'm expecting a response. Yes or no?
Yes,
Great.
Yes, sir.
Question number 7. Write a query in SQL to display the first name of all employees, including the first name of their manager. Again, self-join. Because manager is also an employee. Right?
Yes.
So we need first name of all the employees and first name of all their managers, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, guys.
Select first name.
This is complete employees table. Let's look at the structure of employees table. We have employee ID, first name, last name, and we also have manager ID, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
This manager ID is indeed referring to employee ID, meaning this manager ID will only have the values which are there in employee ID itself. First of all, we are figuring out who all are the managers. How can we figure it out? Where the manager ID of an employee is equal to employee ID of another employee. So that is exactly what we did here. Where employee ID of B is equal to manager of A. It means whatever we are selecting from B is manager of A. So this is the first name of manager. This is the first name of employee. There we go. Got it?
Yep.
It looks like
Are we going very fast?
uh,
We have to, because we have to solve this 26 questions.
okay.
Yeah. I will share these solutions with you. You can run them yourself, and then you can have a moment to think about the query yourself. Okay.
Okay.
Otherwise, we will not be able to solve these 26 questions. And our aim is to practice as much as possible, right?
Because practice we need a lot
Next
of-
is write a. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Okay, no
Write a
problem.
query in SQL to display the department name, city, and state province for each department. Let's copy this query. You are observing what I am doing. I'm reusing the queries that I've written in past.
Yes.
This
Yes.
time I need department name, city, and state province only. For department name, city, and state province. Goodbye everything else. We don't need employee table. Since there is no employee table, we don't need this join. There we go. Next. Everybody got it?
Yeah, this is easy.
Yeah. Sujan, you got it?
Yeah.
Great. Great. I'm very happy to hear that from you. Sujan, are you getting enough chances to practice now?
I'm not practicing. I've Bilal helping me sometime, but
Okay. Okay. Just give me a moment, guys. Just give me a moment.
Okay.
Sorry, got an important text and had to respond. You had a good chance to look at this query. Write a SQL to display the first name, last name, department number, and name for all the employees who do not have any department. Remember the anti-join?
Yes. Plus 5.
Right?
+10.
Correct. Copy and paste it over here. This time, we need the information from all the employees. We need the information from employee table, for which there is no department. We just need to return first name and last name. Since there is no information for department, there will be no department number and department name, right? So we just need to display first name and last name. There we go. Okay. Just one employee. Why? This looks suspicious. Because we had 7 records for which department ID was null, right? No, we did not. Just this one record. What is the name of that employee? Kimberly Grant. Let's check our result. Kimberly Grant. There we go. Okay.
Okay.
Question number 10. Write a query in SQL to display the first name of all employees and first name of their manager, including those who do not work under any manager. Again, self join. We also need those who do not work under any manager. So there is an outer join in A. We need all the first names. Total 107 records. There we go. Steven does not have any manager because Steven is the manager on the top. Okay. Everybody got it?
Yes.
We need the first name of the employee. So this is EMP first name. And we need the first name of the manager. And whoever is not having any manager, they will be having their manager first name as null. Question number 11. Write a query in SQL to display first name, last name. Who is making this noise? Good. Write a query in SQL to display first name, last name, and department number for those employees who work in same department as the employees who holds the last name as and the employees who hold the last name as Taylor. You might remember the character Taylor from Fight Club. So we need first name and last name and department number. Copy and paste this. First name, last name, department number. We don't need department name. There will be a self join between employee and employee, where e.department ID will be equal to d.department ID, or let's call it E2. So E2 dot department ID and E2 dot department name, sorry, E2 dot last name is equal to Taylor. Okay. Let's execute. All of them are from department number 80, right? Now let's observe one thing, that is Tyler is gonna be there. Guys, Sujan, can you answer this one?
Yeah, Taylor.
Is Tyler gonna be there in the result?
Yes.
Yes, he will be in the result.
Yes.
There he is.
Yep.
No, not this one. This one. Next question. Write a query in SQL to display the job title, department name, full name, and starting date for all the jobs which started after 1st of January 1993 and are ending before 31st of August 1997. So we need information from both department table and employee table, right? Right, guys? Okay, everyone is on mute.
Yes.
That's fine. So let's copy this. Come here. Let's look at the fields in which job title is stored. Job title is stored in job ID, or there is additional table called jobs, right? This is the job title, right? So first of all, we have to join employee and jobs. Then what do we need to display from here? The job title, right? We need to display the job title. What do we need to display from the employee table? The combination of their first name and last name. What else? That's it. We need to combine the first name and last name. So this is concatenation in between first name and last name. I'm gonna call it full name. What else do we need? We also need to put a condition where starting date. Okay, we also need the department name. So what do we need to join here? The department table, right? What do we need to select from department table? Department name. Now we also need to put a condition on hire date. It should be after 1st of January 1993, right? So hire date should be greater than 1st of Jan 1993. And it should be less than 31st of August 1997. There we go. We don't need to display all the information from employee table. These are all the job titles and their full names and their department names. Everybody got it? Unmute yourself and let's discuss this one. I think some of you are facing problems in this one. Bilal?
Yes.
You got it?
This one I have just confused on the date.
This is toDate function. You can visit my channel and watch this video on toDate. Okay?
Okay. And can I put the space here? Because
You cannot, you have to, whatever format you are putting here, you have to take care of it here as well. For example, instead of this format, if you want to put this format, you have to do the same over here as well.
okay.
Same 42 records. So there are a couple of videos on my channel for explaining toDate function. No, not this one. You can watch this one. Yeah, that's it. You can watch this one, okay? I'm gonna share this link with you, okay? I think I already did. Okay, it's a bit annoying to hear your own voice. Let me share this link with you on chat. Okay, let's move on. Bilal, I'm going to mute you. There's some noise coming in from your end. Fine? Thank you. Write a query in SQL to display the job title, full name of employee, and the difference between maximum salary for the job and salary of the employee. Okay? So in order to get the job title, we need to join it with the job table. Job title, we need the full name, the combination of first name and last name separated by space, and the difference between maximum salary for the job and salary of the employee. We don't need department table over here. Removing it. We don't need these conditions here as well. We also need their salary. Let's display this. First name, comma, job title, comma, first name concatenated with last name, as full name, comma, salary. There we go. Now look at all the records corresponding to programmer. What is the maximum salary corresponding to any programmer? 9,000.
What did you say this thing? I
What?
mean, you to like first name and last name, between first name and last name?
Space, single space.
Why?
Because we don't want to display them like this. We don't want to display them like this. Okay, we want to have a single space in between them. Otherwise, they will be displayed like this. We don't want that. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Now tell me the maximum salary corresponding to any accountant.
9,000.
Correct. What is the difference between 9,000 and 7,800? We have to display that. We have to display that difference as well, right?
Yes.
So we have to do a self join here, guys. How to get maximum of salary corresponding to each department?
Max salary.
Correct. And what do we need to do when we are using an aggregated function? Group by? Group by job title. There we go. This is maximum of salary corresponding to each job title. Okay.
Okay.
Now we have to join the result of this with this. And we need to find out the difference between this maximum of salary and salary, right?
Right.
So I'm gonna copy this over here. And I'm gonna call it max cell view. Now we have to join employees, sorry, HR jobs dot job title with the job title of max cell view. On top of it, we also need to find out the difference in between salary and max salary, right?
Yes.
Here it is. Now this 9,000 is maximum corresponding to the job title called accountant. That's why the difference is 0. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
For example, corresponding to sales manager, the maximum is 14,000. That's why the difference between 14,000 and 14,000 is 0. But the difference between 14,000 and 12,000 is 2,000. Okay?
Okay.
So this would be your solution. Trust me, guys, it's not a complex query. Okay? Just go through it step by step.
Of course, complex thing.
What?
It's for me.
Shaki, nobody is going to pay us big bucks for doing simple things. We are in for doing complex things. Write a query in SQL to display the name of department, average salary, and number of employees working under that department who got commission. So join in between employee and department table, right? Right, guys?
Yes.
Name of department is department name. Average salary. What is the function for calculating average? AVG.
Yeah.
We also need to check for the employees who got the commission, right? What is the column for commission? Commission percentage.
Commission pitch.
Okay. This is the average salary and this is the department name, sales.
What is the sign for like after PCT? Exclamation sign, right?
This is commission
Hello?
percentage. Okay. This
Hello?
commission. Yeah, I am here.
Okay, sorry, sir.
Bilal, I am here.
After
Okay.
he is talking about after commission percentage. What is the sign?
What is the?
Why the exclamation sign? The sign.
This is not equal to sign. We have talked about this.
Okay.
Another recommendation for you: learn about operators and expressions. Okay.
Yes. Okay. I think it is or sign, right?
Yeah, you can refer to
Okay.
this video, operators and SQL. Codesmith. Maybe I'm not that famous. Oracle. Let me go to my channel and find it out. This one, okay? Watch
Okay.
this one. I'm gonna ping you on your chat. Copy and paste it from your chat, okay?
Okay.
Learn about these things over here. So look at the employees table. Commission percentage is 0, except for the sales department, right? The department ID is 80. Pay attention. Department ID null. Department ID 80. For rest of them, it is not populated at all. So commission percentage is only given to the employees from department sales percentage. And if we need to have department name corresponding to them, they should be having a valid department. And this employee is not having a valid department, right?
Right.
So that's why this record is not taken into consideration while calculating this result. Now this is your solution. What if you don't want to see this many signs after that? So you can round it up to 2 places. There you go. The average salary corresponding to sales department is 8955.88. Next. Display the full name of employee and job title of those employees who are working in the department ID as 80. Again, that's the same department, right? That's the sales department. We have just seen it here. Department number 80 is corresponding to sales. So what do we need to do if we need to display the full name? First name, concatenated with single space, concatenated with last name. Alias is full name. Now the job title should also match. So we also need to join with the job table, right? What would be the department ID of department table? 80, because it is mentioned in the question. There we go. Got it?
Yeah.
Let's see rest of the information corresponding to the employee. Observe that all of their department IDs are 80. So our result is correct. That's how we can validate our result. Next. Write a query in SQL to display the name of the country, city, and departments which are running there. So in this case, we need to select from the department table and the locations table, right?
Right.
What do we need to display? Country, city, and the department name.
Mhm.
country ID. Now there is another table called countries in which we have the full country name. So what do we need to do here? We need to join with that country table here, right?
Okay.
Now we need to see the full name. There we go. Got it? Good. Write a query in SQL to display the department. Guys?
Yes.
The next question says that write a query in SQL to display department name and full name of the manager. Where do we have detail about managers? Do we have any table called managers? Yes, we do.
Department manager.
Just a moment. No, we don't have any such table on HR schema. So we have the manager information inside employees table itself. Where do we have manager ID? This is the manager ID. And now we have to get their full name, their combination of first name and last name, right?
Right.
Let's put it A. And we have to do it only for managers, right?
Right.
So let's put a condition that A.employee ID should be equal to B.manager ID. In this way, we'll just be selecting the employees who are managers. And now we have to display their first name and last name. Now these are all the employees from table A. So we have to take the information from table A. Now a manager might be managing many employees, right?
Right.
Right, guys? So we'll be having duplication here. What do we need to do in order to remove duplication? Distinct. There we go. These are all the full names of all the managers. We also need to display their department names. Okay?
Okay.
So we also need to join this information with department table. Now all the information we are fetching is corresponding to table A, corresponding to managers. That's why we'll be joining A.department ID and not B.department ID with department table. We need department name over here. There will be duplicates because one manager is managing many employees. So we need to use a distinct. Who is the manager of shipping? Adam Fripp. Kevin Mox is another manager in shipping. Matthew Wise is another manager in shipping, and so on. Got it?
Yes.
Great. Terrific. Have I started recording? Yes, I have. Write a query in SQL to display job title and average salary of employees corresponding to that job title. So what are the two tables that we need to join? Employee and jobs.
Job.
Based on what column? Job ID?
Job title.
Job ID.
Job ID.
What information do we need? Job title
Average salary.
and average of salary. Whenever we need a aggregation function over here, we need to use group by. Whatever we have here, we need to put over here as well. There we go. There we go. Got it?
Yes.
We need to select everything from jobs table, which are done by employees having salary greater than $8,000. Okay. So again, we need to join employee table and job table. In this case, we need all the information from job table, right? And we also need to check that the salary of those employees is greater than 8,000. There we go. Now there can be multiple employees who are having salaries greater than $8,000. So we need to select distinct. There we go. Got it?
Right.
Write a query in SQL to display the country name, city, and number of those departments where at least 2 employees are working. Now, in which table we have the information country name and city locations?
Right.
In which table we have information corresponding to the departments,
Department table.
and the information corresponding to employees is in employee table.
Right.
So we need to join all these 3 tables. I'm a bit lazy, so I am trying to copy and paste the query. There it is. Now we also need to display the country name. Where do we have the country name? In countries table, right?
Yes.
Yes.
We also need to join the countries table. Wow, this is an interesting one. I want each one of you to be comfortable with this. Country name, city, and number of departments. So country underscore name, city, and count of those departments. From these 4 tables, we have already joined department and location. Now we have to join employee and country as well, right? Sorry, we already have joined employee, department and location. We have to join location and country as well. So L dot country ID is equal to C dot country ID, right? What else? At least 2 employees should be working in that department, right?
Yes.
So let's see let's select the department ID here and count of employees. If we are using any aggregation here, we need to use what?
Group by.
Correct. There we go. Now from this table, we can see the countries for which less than 2 employees are there, right? Just one employee, just one employee, just one employee. 2 employees, 2 employees. 2 employees is a valid scenario. We need to exclude the results wherever the count of employee ID is less than 2. Okay.
Okay.
So having count of employee ID greater than 1. These are the countries. One more condition. Now from this, we need to fetch the number of departments. Okay. So consider it as a standalone table. Now from this, we have to select the country name, city, and the count of departments. If we are using a aggregation up there, we need to use a aggregation down here as well. We need to use the group by. There we go. Execute it, see the results. Seems valid. Group by country name and city. Select this. There we go. It's an interesting problem. Have a look at it once, revise it once, okay?
Okay.
I've already recorded this one, so you can listen to it one more time, as many times as you like. Next, write a query in SQL to display the department name, full name of manager and their city. It is this case, right? Similar case. Displaying the department name. So department name is already here. After that, the full name. So it will be the full name. We need to select the department name from department table. And we also need to get their city. How do we get their city? How do we get their city?
From location.
Location.
Correct. There we go. Next. Everybody got it? Yeah. Next. Write a query in SQL to display the employee ID, job name, number of days worked in all for those jobs in department number 80. How do we calculate the number of days? By subtracting hire date from current date. Okay.
Okay.
This is the date today. And this is their hire date, right? If we'll select the difference in between hire date and sys date, we'll get the number of days a particular employee worked, right? This is the number of days. So we need to display the employee ID, their job name. How do we get the job name?
From job.
Correct. You're right. From jobs table, right?
Right.
I'm sorry. Do we have a column called job name in the job table? It is job title. So let's select job title. And we just need this information for the employees who are in department number 80, right?
Yes.
Guys, I'm getting a call. Give me a minute. So we got this information by joining employee and job on job ID wherever department ID is equal to 80. Next question is, write a query in SQL to display the full name, the combination of first name and last name, and salary of those employees who are working in any department which is located in London. Take this one. We need the full name. So this is the full name. We also need to select their salary. So here it goes. We don't need to do the self join. Oh. So we don't need this. Which is located in London. So the location ID should be corresponding to what is there corresponding to London. Now London is a country or a city? I'm
Country.
not aware.
City.
Let me check. I think it is a city in
Both of them.
England. I think it is a city in England. Yeah, it is a city under UK. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the condition that we need to add here is where L.city is equal to London. There we go. What else do we need to select? First name and salary and the city. We don't need to select the city, but let's select it for now. We don't need to use the distinct. There we go. Okay. We don't need to select the department name as well. There it goes. There we go. We don't need city as well. We already have it in where condition. There we go. Next. Write a query to display full name, job title, starting and ending date of last jobs for those employees who worked without a commission percentage. Let's see if there is a table for history. No, there is not. Since there is no ending date populated, there is just the hire date, right? There is no column called ending date. We just need to, I'm removing this one. And we just need to find the employees who worked without a commission percentage. Okay. So I'm just gonna say where commission percentage is null. Now what do we need? We need their full name. There it goes. What else? We also need their job title. Where do we get the job title from? Where do we get their job titles from, guys?
Job.
From job to,
Correct. Are you guys tired? That's the spirit. Job ID. So there's their full name and there's their job title. All 107 records. This additional condition, we need to check where their commission percentage is null. So we'll exclude all the employees under the sales department because there was commission percentage populated corresponding to the sales employees, as we know from the previous examples. So these are the 72 employees who don't have a commission percentage. And this is their job title. Write a query in SQL to display the department name and number of employees in each department. This one is easy, right? Remember question number 1? We need to display the department name. So here goes the department name. And then number of employees in each department. There we go. What do we need to do whenever we use a aggregation?
Order by.
Wrong. Group by. There it goes. Let's alias it to count of employees. There we go. So you can see that the sales department is having 34 employees and shipping is having 45 employees. Rest of them are having less than 10 employees each. Last, write a query in SQL to display the full name of employee with employee ID and the name of country where they are working. So what are the tables that we need to join here? These three, right? Somebody is clicking photos of my screen. Don't worry, I'm gonna send you this script. Display the full name, combination of first name and last name with employee ID. So here it goes. Or maybe they are asking about country ID. It is not clear from this question. So let's select employee ID and country ID both. Okay. Now, name of the country. From where do we get the name of the country? From countries table, right?
Yes.
We don't need this condition. Execute. There we go. All 106 employees with their full name, their employee ID, their country ID, and the name of their country.